What's one sentence someone said to you that you still remember? Not because it was funny, not because it was long, but because it stuck. Now let me ask you this. Was it something that built you up or tore you down? Having words used negatively towards you doesn't feel good, right? I don't know about you, but when I get made fun of or insulted, I don't exactly feel great about it. You may have heard the phrase, "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never harm me." Most likely at school or from your parents at some point. But I'm here to tell you that words aren't harmless. They might not leave bruises you can see, but they can still leave marks you feel. Thankfully, words can and should be used to encourage, to help, to compliment someone, or just to simply be kind. That's the kind of language we should all be using in our day-to-day lives. Sadly, in this day and age, it's usually not the case. Instead, many people will use words negatively through sarcasm, cuss words, or just being downright rude. And as you've likely heard before, whether from the philosopher Voltaire, Luke 12:48 in the Bible, or good old Uncle Ben from Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. Since words have this much power, we have a responsibility for how we use them. When I was about 8 years old, I don't really know, I don't know the best memory, I had gotten my first pair of glasses. I was really paranoid about wearing them because I thought I was going to get made fun of and called a nerd or blind. I imagined walking into school and instantly getting made fun of. But to my surprise, when I got to school with my glasses, everyone thought they were cool and awesome. And that gave me the courage to wear them every day without the fear of getting made fun of. Those little compliments, short things like, "They're sunglasses but better," or "Those rock," are one of the reasons I still wear them today, other than needing to see, obviously. Now imagine if that day had gone differently, if I hadn't gotten those compliments, and instead had gotten negative comments about my glasses. I would have felt self-conscious and embarrassed. I might have become less friendly and even less interactive. I might have talked less, which probably wouldn't have made my parents happy. But I also might have lost confidence, and even some of the friends I had. And here's the interesting part. Science actually supports this idea. According to research from Harvard University, the way we see ourselves, often shaped by the words we hear, affects how we interact with others. Neuroscientist Andrew Newberg found that negative words trigger the brain's stress response, releasing cortisol, a hormone connected to anxiety and fear. When that happens, the part of your brain responsible for reasoning and confidence becomes less active. So in other words, a hurtful remark doesn't just hurt your feelings, it actually affects how your brain works in the moment. As you know, our words are powerful, and they should be used in positive ways that help and build people up. We use them in so many different ways, such as compliments, insults, and everything in between. They're used by everyone, all over the world, every day. But the opposite is also true. Positive words can lower stress, strengthen resilience, and improve social connections. Encouragement activates parts of the brain connected to problem solving and emotional control. So when someone says, "You've got this," it's not just nice. It actually helps you handle challenges better. Think about it like this. Your mind is a construction site. Every single day, it's under construction. The person you're becoming, that's your building going up. Positive words, compliments, encouragement, or just someone saying, "You can do it," or like the construction workers. They show up every day and start laying bricks. Each positive word is one more brick in your confidence. The more you hear them, the stronger your building gets. But negative words, those are wrecking balls. One harsh comment might not knock the whole thing down, but it'll definitely crack the foundation. And if this keeps happening, if the wrecking ball keeps swinging, eventually the building weakens and crumbles. And here's the crazy part. Sometimes we're the construction workers, and sometimes we're the wrecking ball. The words we say to others help build their building, and the words we say to ourselves, those are the blueprints. If your blueprint's full of, "I'm not good enough," or "I can't do this," then you're building on a shaky foundation. But if your blueprint says things like, "I'm learning," or "I can improve," then you're building something solid. So every time you speak, you're either adding bricks or swinging a wrecking ball. We use words all the time in compliments, jokes, arguments, texts, posts, and conversations. So the real question is, when people walk away from you, is their building stronger or weaker? Because with great power comes great responsibility. And words, they are powerful. Thank you.